Hello guys, welcome to this event today, the webinar on PG portfolio preparation, how to go about it. So if you have any questions, I request you to use your live chat window and please type in your questions. So, um,
Daddy?
wait, all right, awesome. Okay, you can go to one.
Look, Daddy. Look, I'm charging music. I'm making a flying car.
All right, okay.
Look,
Cool.
Daddy. Look, I need to for 1 rupees people and for 4 rupees for 4 fans.
All right, right. So sorry for the disturbance. Okay, so can I have yes from all of you if you're able to hear me and see my screen clearly? Can you all please type in yes in your chat window? All right. Could you also type in the discipline that you're looking at for doing your PG? Is it like product design or fashion design or architecture or UX UI design? Which design discipline you're looking at? Can you please uh, type in your chat window? All right. So Sharmila Ganguly is saying digital game design, information design, fashion communication. Namita is saying communication design. Kushi is saying fashion design. All right. Okay. So no matter which discipline you are applying for, the ground rules remain the same. Okay. So you have finished your bachelor's or you're finishing your bachelor's and you're going to master's program. So the expectations at a master level is very high compared to a UG level. Okay, because by getting into masters, choosing design as your masters, you are making a very important step in your career, which means that you have to be deeply passionate about going in the direction. You would have done your own research and you should have valid reasons why you're going into the discipline, right? So all of that should be showcased in your portfolio. So in this, we will be discussing about how to go about it. But before we step into that, would like to reframe the purpose of DQ Labs. We exist here to make you a design superhero, whether you are a PG student or a UG student, or you are a professional who is changing career towards design. We are here to help you become a design superhero. That is our key purpose of existence. Right. So a crux of a PG portfolio is showcasing your ideas and the process of development of those ideas. Okay. So you may have brilliant solutions, you may have final rendered images, but they are not interested to see the final outcome. They are interested to see your original idea and how you have developed that idea into a feasible solution. All right. So the crux of your PG portfolio, irrespective of your design discipline or your fashion or architecture, the crux is to showcase your ideas and processes. Of course, you can also add your your achievements, like if you have won any design competition or your team has won an international competition, you can also showcase that work. But primarily showcasing your ideas and processes. Now, in that, when we say ideas and processes showcasing, you're also showcasing your skills, right? Your presentation skills, your ideation skills, your sketching skills, all of that will be put into as a package. So it is a professional compilation of all your ideas, exploratory work, and solutions. I'm going to showcase a couple of my student works so that you get an idea, but that is not to be taken as how it has to be done. Like every student has a different purpose, different idea, different exploratory technique. All these are very, very individualistic. So you have to come up with with your own way of presentation and etc. But I would like to show these work just to highlight the couple of things like um, how methodically you can present your ideas, how you can showcase your passion, and etc. Okay. And meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can please do ask in the chat window. I'll keep an eye on all your comments and chats that you're sending me. All right. Okay. So, as in any portfolio, either for PG or UG, there are 8 levels of display of work. Okay, it starts off with the replication, observational drawing, inspired work, visualized work, exploratory work, problem solving work, internship work, and freelance work. But when it comes to the PG level, there will be a heavy focus on the ones that are highlighted in red in color: visualized work, exploratory work, problem solving work, internship work, and freelance work. At a PG level, let us say you are applying for product design, your portfolio cannot just contain the portraits or landscapes or some live sketches that you have done in last few years. That is not, that is a very, very basic level. In fact, the quality of the work that are applying for PG programs has increased tremendously. Now, most of the students who have taken an informed decision and put in a lot of effort into into that profession or into the career of getting into the career, they are coming up with some fantastic work. In fact, the schools, the professors who are reviewing this work, they feel that these guys are better than the outgoing students, you know. So the incoming lot has such a profound skills and work compared to the outgoing students. So so that you know where you have to stand. Okay, how good your portfolio has to be. So what I'll do is I'll share a couple of my student works as I suggested to just give you an understanding of how you can present your work thoroughly in a well-disciplined manner. First, I would like to showcase the work of Lavanya Suresh. So she is an engineer and she is applying for design abroad. All right. So a small brief of her work goes as the first page, and then starts her first project, that is Vortex. Uh, Let me explain the project just through some visuals. Then I'll explain you how she has come up with this particular problem to be solved. All right. So this is a solution for um, tangling of wires. So to keep them not tangle. Okay, so this is a solution. So this is a problem statement she has come up with. In the problem statement, she's talking about the primary target and the secondary target. And specifically, it is designed, or the problem is faced by musicians jamming as a band or any sound system setup. Requires a lot of connections. This wide setup is just one of for one instrument, and for many playing at a time, there is a huge cluster of wires, which is a major inconvenience. So this is her problem statement. This is the problem that she's trying to solve. And you can see how the problem has been stated through visual images. Like you look at that image, you understand what the problem she's trying to solve. And the secondary target is also a potential solution of this problem can benefit any kind of common wire clutter associated with a system such as desktop, office setups, power lines, etc. So you understand the problem statement. And then she has done a detailed study of how and what the problem is, right? She has done a survey, and she has also showcased the survey visually with graphs. And you can see one musician playing an instrument, the number of wires that go for this setup, right? And if it is a band, if it is a band playing, then there are many instruments that are involved. And you see this wire network. So she has developed this wire network to understand how the connections are going and what is connected to what, right? So she has found out that there are 22 major wires, 20 meeting points of 2 or 3 more wires, and over 100 possible tangles. So this is how the Lavanya has understood the problem thoroughly. Okay, got into in-depth uh, uh, problem finding, and then she started with various ideation of these probable solutions. So she has come up with various ways the wires can be kept untangled. All right, and then that was the ideation stage. And then she has taken a couple of those ideas and she has generated the concepts. Okay, and then yeah, so she is showing the final concept, how it works with few arrows and etc. And she has developed a three-dimensional product, and she has displayed it as the initial solution. Okay, so this is one project. So I recommend for PG students to have at least 3 or 4 projects neatly worked out in this fashion. Now your presentation can change. Okay, I'm going to show you another student works where the same ideas have been communicated in a different manner for a different project, of course. Okay, now that is one project. Now let's go to the next project. So this is a Polaroid, a phone Polaroid. So capture, you take a picture on your phone. At the same time, it also gives a kind of a printout, right? Immediately. Okay, so it's like a portable phone Polaroid. Okay, so these are the again the ideation sketches. So project and solution, the ideation. Okay, so this is a small prototype that she has made, and this is the process how she has arrived at the concept. So you're getting an idea, right? So you take up a problem and then you deep dive into the problem. Uh, you document your findings in a infographic, and then you ideate, and then you show your concept images and the final work. All right. So this is, I'll just quickly go through that such that since you understood the process, okay. So she has also done few UI UX related work. And she did an internship at IISc, and she has also included her work. It's called the Design Thinking Cards. And then finally, some of her personal work, sketches, and other stuff, right? Okay, fine. So this is one of the work. Now I'm going to show you a contrasting work where there is no personal work or anything like that. Okay, but it's quite interesting. Varun Prabhu. So this is again a PG portfolio. So a glimpse of all the works that he has done. All right, and starts off with the first project, that is Bolt. It's a racing vehicle. Okay, and the 3D models that he has created, and few process sketches. Second project, a levitating speaker which projects video as well. So the product details, and then how it works or how the solution is being arrived. A third project, Omni sign, a road sign with LEDs. Okay, so usually you have these three buttons, right? Red, orange, and green. So he's eliminating all of that into one panel. Okay, and how it works, right? And next project, it's called Astrum. It's our device for smoking. Yeah, it's a device for smoking, right? For a US market, for opium. Anyway, it's a legal thing for in the US. So yeah. And then he has also designed this new solution for the problem. So the problem can be understood with this simple sketch or a photograph. If you see here, you can identify what the problem is, right? A lone person, a shadow following him or her. So that is a problem, and how it can be solved. So he has solved this problem with a product and an app, right? Okay. And a prototype seat that he has designed during his college for a racing car. All right. So these are a couple of projects. Now I'm going to show you one more. This is by a student who is desiring to study animation, all right, game design. Okay, she has used the same portfolio for game design and animation. Now, this is an exceptionally done portfolio, amazing stuff. It basically showcases the passion of the student and the dedication of the student. Now, many a times it happens that we often come to meet people who say that, okay, we are very passionate. We are really passionate about getting into car design. Great, awesome, nice meeting you. Okay, so what have you done so far? Oh, yeah, I have great ideas. And I know a car can be like this, like that, etc. Okay, can you show something? No, but I have a lot of ideas, right? So they have nothing to show. Even if they show some very faintly drawn sketch of some car, right? So that is not being passionate. You look at this portfolio and then you realize what passion means. Okay, so look at this work. She's starting with one of her projects, Yet Another Jungle Book. Everything is done by her, complete conceptualization, and see how nicely she has documented the process. Okay, and she has done the character design. Okay, so it's not just one character, multiple characters. So she has explored the multiple characters, different views. Okay, and also she has digitized them. Okay, and she also done the location and prop design where these particular story happens. Okay, and then she did the storyboarding of this story, of this animation, and she has done the digital painting of each of the frames. Okay, and she has put that into a small movie as well. So all these are our exploratory work, the process work, which has finally ended into a movie, a small movie. All right. So that is one of the projects. So this is a link to video. Let us see if this works. No, it's broken. All right, let us check. Oops. Okay, let me try it one more time. Okay, so meanwhile, you can ask your questions. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Let me see if you can access that video. All right, let us see if that can be played. Yes, it's a 4 minute video, but it's worth watching, I believe. So let's please watch.
It is said that there is the mother fairy in the jungle yonder. She weaves with her wand a magic that makes the forest come alive. With what you say? You must wait to know. Patience, patience. Meet little Johnny. See it from his eyes. You all know better when you see. Take a walk with him.
All right. Yeah. So the conceptualization, the direction, the storyboarding, character design, all of that is Neha's, and she has taken the help of, or probably she has, I can say that she has created a team of people who has put all of this together and created this fantastic video. Right now, she is a student who is entering into or wanting to enter into game design, animation design. Right, so the quality of work is really, really high. Okay, so let us look at the other some of other work, environmental designs. All right, so the process, how she has come up with um, uh, transforming a simple sketch, a digital sketch, into environment. Okay, so next project. All right, so this is the kind of work uh, you are basically competing with or getting into. See, the point is this. I mean, when somebody looks at the portfolio, they should feel that, oh wow, I want this student to study with me. She is a student, or he is a student who needs, who deserves to be here. You know, so that kind of a feeling has to be uh, brought into the minds of the viewers, right? So look at the kind of work she has done. Because she's applied for animation or game design, there's a heavy focus on the human figure sketching and her ideation sketches, exploratory sketches, right? Her scribbles. All right. So this is a very good portfolio to showcase the passion of the student. All right. Okay. Right. So let us continue with. Before I continue, let me take a couple of questions. So Vinuta Tilak is asking, what kind of a portfolio can I make if I'm applying for product design and interaction design? I am a mechanical design engineer with experience in machine design. All right. So um, the product design portfolio and the interaction design portfolio, they basically talk about problems related to specific fields. But there can always be some overlap of projects. It's absolutely fine, because if it is a digital product or a physical product with a digital interface, you may have to do some amount of interaction and UX, UI, and etc. for and product design for such kind of products. But typically, if you're talking about a product design, you should be trying to solve problems, people problems, which can be solved through products. Like for example, you can take, there's so many problems all across the world, right? So especially during this corona age, we have we are seeing different new kinds of problems, right? So like for example, how do you go out and come in safely without getting infected? So what kind of a solution you should be providing? So it would definitely be a product based solution, right? Okay, so your product portfolio should be showcasing product related problem solving ideas. And you said interaction design, is it? For interaction design, it could be, again, the product that you have designed, how it can be, uh, what kind of um, what kind of interactions you can facilitate such that the user can easily use that product. Okay. For example, the other day I bought a HP color printer, and it doesn't have a display. It comes without a display. And I really had to fight out to connect to the printer. Right? I'm still not able to connect with the with Wi-Fi with my printer. Right? This is a outcome of a poor design, poor interaction design. Right? So I have no clue how to get my PC connected to a printer. Right? So these are the problems. Right? So you can consider that kind of problems to solve. Um, okay, so Lakshya is asking, how should I make my portfolio when I'm applying for a design school which gives you admission based on your portfolio, and what important subjects should I add in it? So I have touched upon the crux of the portfolio. Your portfolio should have a collection of ideas and processes. Major importance is given to the ideation process and how you're able to communicate it and translate that into a viable solution. Okay. And so you can choose a lot of problems that are occurring around. See, when I guide students, all right, the first exercise that I give them is to identify at least 30 to 40 problems that you see around you. Students generally come to me asking, sir, can you please tell me a problem which I can solve? All right. I would rather put them into a position where they'll say, okay, I need to find 30 or 40 problems across or around me. That is very important. Identifying a problem is a very, very important skill for a designer. You should be able to empathize with the users and see how they are struggling, with what they are struggling, and be able to identify the problem that is worth solving. Okay, so you can also do this exercise. Go around and see, observe people, how they are behaving, what problems they are facing. Write down, document, sketch them out, or take a picture. Come back home and see which is a problem which is faced by millions of people, and how deep and how urgent the problem is. Then that becomes a problem worth solving. That problem can be a product based, it could be service based. Okay, it could be of any discipline, it could be of architecture, it could be of fashion design or interaction or product or graphic or any other thing. But you have to try to identify a problem that is very, very required, or it is really, what do you call, it exists, it has to exist, it has to be faced by people. You need to identify such problems and then start solving it. um, Namita is asking, sir, what about communication design? Can I include the freelance works done for logo design and brochure design? What else can be included? So, what else can be included is mentioned in this particular slide if you are able to watch it. So, let me dwell deeper into these. So, I'm not talking about the first three: replication, observational drawing, and inspired work, because that is more relevant for the beginners, not for at a PG level. You should be including your visualized work. Let us say communication design. So let us say you have come up with a new font style or a typeface which can be read by multilingual people. What does it mean? Like, for example, you are seeing his visualized work here. It is written in English, right? But let us say a Tamil person, a native of Tamil Nadu, can read this font or read these two words without knowing English. Is that possible? Right? So that could be kind of a visualized work. You coming up with a kind of a font with where non-English speaking local person, okay, can look that word and read in his local language, but he pronounces in English. Does it make sense? Right? So visualized work or exploratory work or problem solving now, especially in terms of communication design, let us say, if you're, I don't know which cities you are from, can you please type in your cities for just for my curiosity, where you belong to, where you're attending this seminar from. Let us say if you're from Bangalore, you can see that the metro station, the boards of the metro stations, they are written in three different languages: English, Hindi, and Kannada. And there's a huge uproar by some people saying, okay, you eliminate Hindi. Okay, we don't want Hindi on the boards for whatever reason. Okay, they have their own valid reasons, but this is a communication design problem. So how do you communicate that? Okay, the next station that is coming up is maybe Bayapanhalli station, and how do you communicate that for people who cannot read Kannada? Right? If everything is written in Kannada in Karnataka, then how can we communicate that to non-Kannadigas? Now that is a communication problem, right? So you can try attempting to solve that problem, okay? Or if you have worked in a company, or if you have worked with a designer as an intern, so you can also include that internship work. And if you are a freelancer and if you have done a freelance job, you can also include that, right? So these are the 8 levels of work that you can include in your portfolio. All right. Okay. And if you're applying for certain abroad colleges, they also would ask for very, very specific work. So please explore what they want from you, and please do include those in that. Okay, so that is the only difference for the abroad portfolio. Okay, and I would like to share a couple of websites from where you can take a lot of inspiration. You can also okay, so one website is called the coroflot.com, coroflot.com. So here you can see a variety of professional work done by professionals, practicing professionals, designers, upcoming designers, aspiring designers, and etc. So you can see very nice, interesting work. Um, so you can use this as a place for generating ideas or to understand what level of work you will have to showcase. Let's say if you go to projects, so look at some of the popular projects. Now look at how they have presented. It's a mouse. It's a design of a mouse, right? So look at the ideation sketches, how they have ideated this and how they have rendered it, how they are presenting it. Look at the presentation styles. Okay, so look at the detailing of the product. Okay, so how they are differentiating two different parts and materials and right. So you can find projects related to every discipline on this website, coroflot.com. So please go through that and understand the various types of projects you can take up, or you can, or how you want to present your work and etc. This could be a very good benchmark. And of course, there is another website you would have known. It is called Behance.net. Okay, so You can also explore various projects to understand. So if you're interested in product design, go look at many product design works. Okay, this is a very interesting, intriguing presentation of work. Okay, so these are very good two resources, behance.net and coroflow.com. Please do go through them. All right. Okay. So any other questions anybody has? So every Tuesday, in fact, I take sessions with DQ students who are going for abroad or especially the PG studies. So if you are any of the DQ students who are attending, please ask your single point of contact to get access to my sessions. Every Tuesday between 4:15 to 6:30, we all meet up. Students will present their progress. I comment, guide, and give them direction of how they can improve or what they should be working on. And entire week they will be working on that. And next week, Tuesdays, 4:15, 6:30, we review the work. All right. So that is how they will be working on. And yeah, so, and if please, if you are interested to participate in uh, those portfolio classes, please do connect with us, and we will definitely help you how to do that. So Apurva is asking, what kind of a portfolio should a student of fashion communication come up with? Okay, so um, fashion communication, you are basically communicating the brand, right? So, okay, so let me show you one of the works of one of the students, because since we are talking about the brand and communication part, okay, so this is by a student, Nikhil. So for example, I would like to show you the self-branding. So he has come up with um, a self-branding logo for himself, right? So he has derived a form, a shape from his uh, name, N for nickel, M. Okay, so he has basically taken this these font, and he has redefined the font in such a way that it kind of shows some kind of an action. All right, and so he has come up with this particular design, and this is his self branding. And then you see how he is presenting his brand through various modes. Okay, like envelopes or visiting cards, business cards, and etc. etc. Okay, so that is one of the ways. So you can take hypothetical projects, hypothetical brands, or you can take an existing brand and you can showcase how it can be redesigned, remodified, how it can be communicated, etc. Okay, so another way is to understand deeply what fashion communicators do. Okay, and search for fashion communication designers, their works, and see what kind of works they're doing in the practical life. And probably you can take similar kind of projects, hypothetical projects, and you can start ideating on those terms. Okay, right. Mohammed Zain is asking for 3D renderings. Which software would you recommend for product design and or automotive design? Blender, Alias, absolutely. You can use Blender for yeah, for rendering, Alias for modeling. All right, so you can also use Fusion 360, which is again by Adobe. These are all pretty good softwares. If you know them, please use them. If you are doing hand sketches, hand renderings, they will be even more appreciated. Okay, so you can use either hand sketches or renderings or Blender or Alias or uh, Rhinoceros or whichever uh, software that you feel you are comfortable with, and you can work on them. Okay. Some of these softwares are available for students for student versions, so you can download them. You get a student license, and you can learn, explore. There are plenty of videos available on those specific providers, software providers, or also on YouTube. Plenty are available, so you can just self-learn and you can use those. All right. Okay. Any other questions? We have 10 minutes to go. So if you have any further questions, you please do ask. And any one of you, if you want to ask me personal questions, you can do so by WhatsApping me on 95381 You can note it down, 95381 Okay, so I'm just showcasing some of the works done by the students so that you understand how it is done. So an infographic, like a crime scan, very neatly represented, isn't it? So if you are looking at visual communication, you can take up infographics and present the data. Okay. I would like to showcase one more student's work. Okay, so she is studying in NID. She's an architect, and she has gone into interaction design. So this is her work. So a little bit about her. I hope you can see. So because she has applied for interaction design, we have helped her to create um, an app for interaction design for a specific purpose. This is to help the farmers. This app is for helping the farmers. Okay, and then she has won an international competition during her architecture. It is something to do with the migrants who are coming out of Syria and trying to settle in Germany. So they have won a competition, and based on that, we have advised her and guided her to create an app that would help the migrants to find a job, to be safe, and to also identify the opportunities that are available in the local Germany. Yeah. And some of our work, right? So it's a very simple, straightforward portfolio, and but it's very powerful. Okay, and just a piece of advice: when you put in a lot of effort, it does take a lot of effort to create a portfolio like this. You may spend months and months, but in the interview or in the review, they would glance at it within 5 seconds, 10 seconds, and they may not even ask a single question. And you may feel terribly miserable because they're not asking any questions on your portfolio. So it all depends on what they're trying to explore from you, understand from you. So do not expect that they're going to spend a lot of time in understanding your portfolio. It's not going to happen in all the cases. It's not going to happen unless they find something very, very intriguing. They would not ask, but they would see when they look at your portfolio, they understand a lot of stuff. It's like an X-ray. Your portfolio is like an X-ray into yourself, right? And as an expert doctor, when they look at the portfolio, when they look at the X-ray, they understand everything. So when they look at your portfolio, they understand a lot of your abilities, skills, aptitudes, and etc. And please, please refrain from including any of the copied works from anywhere. Please do not that mistake and risk your own career. Okay, so if you are adding any replicated work, please mention that it's a replicated work upfront, but please do not include any plagiarized content in the portfolio. All right. Okay, so we have 5 more minutes. Uh, okay, I have a question here. Apurva is asking, can you recommend a few good colleges in USA for fashion communication PG? Now, there are a lot of colleges, especially if you're looking at US. You can look at New York Fashion School. Okay, that's a pretty good school and a school to be studying at. But I don't know why you're looking at the US, but there are so many other schools, especially if you're looking at Europe, Milan, or France. You would find fantastic schools that you can apply for. For this admission of college admissions and etc., we have a couple of providers who would work with the students and they guide you because they are direct representatives of the schools. Sometimes they would not even charge any money for you. Okay, if they are not tied up with a particular college, then probably they may have to charge a fee. But if they are tied up with a particular school, they will do that service for free. If you're interested, please do get in touch with us. We'll connect you with them so that you can shortlist your colleges, and that way you can be assured you are going into the right school. All right. So, any other questions any of you have got? Um, So we have 3 more minutes. Let me just quickly go through another portfolio of a student who is studying in Europe. He's Vishnu Shankar. Okay, so this is some of his ideation work. So you see, these are all the practical problems, right? So he's trying to solve a practical problem. I think the solution is also pretty cool. Uh, so he has done a self-balancing two-wheeler. He has designed a self-balancing two-wheeler. Okay, few of the automobile sketches. And some of his artworks. All right. Okay. So let me see if there are any more questions. All right. Okay. So no more questions. So okay. Surinder Jayachandran is asking, hi, can you explain the relevance and importance of a strong statement of purpose in relevance to portfolio of works? It would be really helpful. All right. So SOP, or the statement of purpose, is one of the deal breakers for getting into a design school. And not only that, but also getting a scholarship or fee waivers or assistantships and etc. etc. All right. Now most of you are from non-design background. Okay, like some of you are saying you're mechanical engineers and you belong to some other discipline, maybe architecture or any of these, and you are trying to make a shift to design world. Okay, so you're let us say a mechanical engineer going for a PG in mechanical engineering makes sense. A mechanical engineering going for design, all right, so there should be a very strong reason, right? So your statement of purpose should communicate that reason, why you are doing what you are applying for, what you want to become. Okay, and what is your past experience that propels you to go forward in the chosen field of yours. All right, so you have to justify every statement that you have put across over there with the statement of purpose. Okay, so this statement of purpose is also kind of asked verbally in some interviews. Okay, for example, in NID interview, for example, they ask, okay, why you want to do design? Okay, and you got to be sensible in with your answers, right? So if you say that, okay, I want to do design because I want to become chief designer of Google, and I want to earn a lot of money and enjoy life. Okay, so these kind of superfluous answers are definitely a no go, because um, they are basically trying to see a higher purpose in your in you going for higher studies, right? So um, it has to be carefully framed, and it has to genuinely be from you. It is not something you have artificially manufactured. It has to genuinely come from you. And if you do not have one, please start looking for a higher purpose for which you want to utilize your master's study in their particular school. Let us say, um, for example, one of my seniors from IIT has gone to RCA London for pursuing automotive design, and uh, his purpose was to go there, study, and learn the latest happening in the design field, and come back to India and help build facilities for basically bolstering Indian manufacturing industry. Now that is a kind of a higher purpose, right? And in fact, he got admission, he got full scholarship, he has studied there, and he came back to India and he worked in India. All right, so it has to be a genuine intention. It cannot be a superficial uh, intention. All right, all right, okay. All right, so we have gone past 6. So I'm gonna end this session here. I hope it was useful. And if you want, you can always get in touch with DQ Labs at 959-100-1000, or you can also send me a message at 95381 I hope the session was useful. You have learned something interesting and important, and I hope you will implement that in your portfolio. And I would like to wish you all the best for creating a wonderful portfolio. And you should be able to show your passion in it, and definitely you will get admission in the college of your choice. Okay. Thank you, all of you. Thank you so much.